Uh, so some more suggestions for the mixed nuts, and we will finish these suggestions tonight. If you have time, and we will pay you for the time, there's lots of online courses that you can take in the spoken foreign language. If you are translating a Tibetan book, I know that Tim improved his written Tibetan a lot by taking some online spoken courses in Tibetan language from native speakers. So if you can at least say, you know, a small conversation in the foreign language, if you can speak it, then you'll be a much better translator, okay? If you can go deeper and learn some debate, to learn to do a little bit of debate in the foreign language, then your written translation will be much, much better. I spent almost 12 years on the Abhidhamma Kosha, translating it. And just before I finished, I was allowed to enter the debate ground and debate. And I actually came home and threw out my translation, and I started over again because my understanding expanded so fast from debating, and it was frustrating, and it was difficult, and it changed my life. Okay. Next suggestion. Memorize a few famous verses of your book. For example, for Tim, the verse that we did this morning, Haribhadras Chudya, is very famous. And you could memorize, for example, some of the first chapter of the Abhisamma Alankara. Gibson, it's a no-brainer. It's very easy. And it's very, very, very common. I don't think there's anyone among the 3,000 monks at Sarah who cannot recite this song of my spiritual life of Tsongkhapa. Okay, so memorize something. And I'll tell you something for Tim. I did memorize the Abhisamma Alankara, and it sings in my head fairly often. So I have my Treya installed without earphones inside my head, and he's singing. I'd say it happens pretty frequently that he'll start singing in my head, and it's very, very holy influence on your mind. So to memorize, that's very, very easy to memorize some of those verses of Gibson's text, especially. Then I hang out with your friends, hang out with the great translators, you know, every chance you get, you know, fly to San Diego, stay on the beach, get a suntan, and go visit Nick. And, you know, try to have excuses to meet with the other translators, to work with them. And they all 10 of the existing translators are very, very nice people to hang out with. Like I go on a walk with Adam. We go on the phone. We go for an hour or an hour and a half hike. We were doing it every week, you know, and you just talk and you go hiking, and he's in Colorado, I'm in Arizona, and they're all interesting people, and they can all teach you something, okay? So be curious, be excited, work with each other, okay? Why we chose Tibetan language is that in this library in Mongolia, for example, which is the National Library of Mongolia, there are 300,000 books of great wisdom. 300,000 books of great wisdom are sitting there. John Brady's project is cataloging them, scanning them, inputting them. So I mean, what happened with the Sanskrit is that in India, the Sanskrit books were lost. India was attacked by the Mughals and then by the British. And we lost 90% of the Sanskrit books. And there's also no living tradition. There's no scholars of our lineage who are speaking Sanskrit. They all dead. And even in Chinese language, we don't have 300,000 books. In the Tibetan language, we have 300,000 books. So there's no reason to doubt that choice. It's if you can focus on a language that has 300,000 books, that's the best strategy. Okay, you cannot get enough books in Sanskrit to study. They don't exist. They were gone. Okay, all right.
Again, can I just mention something to you real quick?
Yeah.
I think Adam's having some serious computer issues. So do you feel okay to just go ahead with Alison's and then we can do Adam after?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay.
My system of learning to translate is that I do not give homeworks. I do not give quizzes. I do not have examinations. You don't get a degree. I just start you on translating. And your first translations are terrible. And we throw them out and we keep going. So I believe strongly that the way to learn these ancient languages is by doing them and doing something with them. I believe that very strongly. I never went to classes where I had to, do homework exercises or stuff like that. I just translated. So I encourage you to, this is my system, and I don't have time to write homeworks and quizzes, and I don't have time to quiz you. And I just give you a book, you translate it, we work on it together, and this is my system. Okay, I believe in it. I'm open to new translators. There they are. If you would like to be a translator, Gibson and Tim, they just were stubborn. And they kept going and kept going and kept going. And I did not encourage them for 1 minute. I never said study hard. I never said work hard. I just watch people to see if they're working hard. I don't tell you I'm watching you, but I'm watching you. Okay, I'm watching everybody. So if I see that a person is passionate and that they're working hard, I think Ina is close, Oscar is close, Hasso is close. People who are trying hard, even though Gestalt doesn't encourage them. That's what I'm looking for. I'm also very open to click means a little group of girls at school who get together and make a little group, and they make fun of the other groups. I like it. If there's 5 or 6, I don't know, Russian speakers who want to get together and make a special translator group, or there's a group that wants to get together and just learn to translate Abhidharma with Stanley, I think it's great. If you want to make little focus groups, okay? Last thing, Nick, okay, for tonight, for this class, you got to have a hard head. Hard head in American English means when people criticize you, you just goddamn ignore them, and you keep working, you keep going, okay? So if you're gonna be a translator, if you're gonna publish books, if you're gonna teach, then there will be jealous people. There will be people who criticize you. What's this line? Anybody for 2 cents?
Major people.
Where's it come from?
Okay.
给我陪着陪了，小心学了，怎么背呢？那些能dun明年可能马上差多给你起码当我样永远等了，当了的你那偏把眼神上帮妹。What is that? The opening lines of the Pramana Vartika. Okay.
Agreements.
Everybody's jealous of you, okay? And they're going to criticize you, and you got to have a hard head, okay? You got to smile and say, I love you, and just keep going. What's the most famous jealousy attack that ever happened? In my opinion, okay? There's a Christian tradition. I don't know if it's true that Jesus met a dead man, and the dead man's family asked him to wake up the dead man, and he did.
这是一个
I'm hearing the Chinese channel, Nick, and he did raise the dead man, and then the next week he was murdered because people were jealous of him, and it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Here's the guy, if it's true, who could raise those people also and their family and their kids from the dead, but they're so jealous they kill him. You see, that kind of thing happens in the world. Okay, trust yourself that you are doing the best thing in the whole world, and people will criticize you, and get used to it. Okay. They will do what with your book, Nick? They will tie it
to the tail of a dog and run it around town.
Yeah, okay. And okay, but still, sometimes you get criticized with truth. People say, look, that's not very cool, or that wasn't translated very well. So be open to correction and be ruthless. Ruthless means demand excellence from yourself. And every time you make a real mistake and someone tells you you made a mistake, then you should be the first one to correct yourself, okay? Once you admit your weaknesses, you are halfway finished with them. I would say if you can admit your weakness, you have overcome your weakness, okay? So be open to criticism, but don't break down if someone criticizes your translation, okay? All right, that's my pep talk for this class. I'm trying to go to Alison's. Yeah?
I just got a message from Adam that says he's back. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I just got another message from him.
Okay.
Things are shifting so quickly. Okay, yeah, let's just go to Alison.
Okay, Alison, are you ready?
And then I just want to say one thing to add to what you said. If you guys want to get involved with translating, there is an intermediate step that's really fun and cool, and it's called hypertexting. So if you have some knowledge of Tibetan and you want to get involved and you're not quite ready to get thrown into a text or something, you can join our group in hypertext, and it's awesome. And we'll tell you all about it if you're interested.
Okay, Alison, do you have a homework for us?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm turning the screen over to you. Can I sleep during your homework, or I should just eat dinner? All right.
Sorry, some technical problem. I couldn't see my homework. Wait one second.
Boy, that's really amazing, the 2 homeworks in a row. Hey, Nick.
Yes.
So I was out there, I was visiting them, and the Suddenlink guy came and he tested their internet. He said it's 160 up. I said, that doesn't sound very good. And Stanley said, Geshe-la, I was at your house yesterday. I checked your internet is 3.
Not a surprise. I don't understand how they could possibly have 160 up in the middle.
It can't be right.
But yeah, it doesn't sound possible.
I don't know. They paid somebody.
It's true. 160 up.
I don't.
That's just the first day, Stanley.
There's
Did
a
you
number
buy in the Shenzhen spirit? Did you purchase
What
a
is Shenzhen? What is Shenzhen?
Shenzhen is 500 up.
Get out of here. Shut up.
In the village. Yeah, I don't know what. If it's sudden link, I'm
No,
perplexed.
yeah, that can't be that. It's got to be the satellite.
Uh-huh.
All the
The,
satellite.
the whole Tesla thing.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah,
See.
they all look.
Oh,
of
those
smart
lovely translators.
Yay!
Yay!
So this time Pyogo is sent. Oh, I think it's about 34 Pyogo translators to
Wow.
support. Some are doing interpreting, some are doing translation, and some are taking notes, some are recording. So the whole team, I think, is about 34, and some of them we didn't. A few we didn't put in here, but in total 34 people, and also they are not only come and serve this program, but also we are training them. They are coming to learn, so we can, as a team, we can train the Chinese Mandarin translators to translate the Mishnah books. Yeah, so I just want.
Awesome. Yay. Let's give them a hand. Yay. Hey, Xiaoping, which one makes the mapo tofu for the office?
Nobody yet. We should create a job for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Required. We'll put it into the requirement later.
Okay.
So project manager, remember.
If you need them to practice, they can come here.
Okay. Okay, here's my homework. What are the Shishumchoka?
3 basic ritual.
Tojang, Yarne, Gakye.
Yay, great. Collaboration between Sugan and Venerable Pala.
Across the world. Yeah.
Yeah. The three most important rites of Vinaya, Sojong, Yane, and Gakye. Gakye. Okay. Second, please describe the advice related. Sorry, I shouldn't leave the English there. Related to Zhou. What does Zhou mean?
So.
No, so. Request patience. And what does it mean here? And what's the advice?
Oscar says, oops, to fix things up with somebody you have problems with.
Yeah, before the retreat, you have problem with somebody, and then after the summer retreat, you are supposed to fix it.
Not too soon or not too
late.
Yep.
Yeah, great. Third, please describe the advice related to Dak Ye.
Daye.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, you're in trouble.
Usually, how long?
Oh.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, we have 1 day for Miss Nuts. I'm kidding.
Alison, they gave me 1 day off tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I
So
have.
generous. Yeah.
She already arranged some work for me tomorrow.
I already have work in the morning, afternoon. So good for you, Geshe. You have 1 day off.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 Tibetan words. First one.
Livelihood.
Yay, great.
Yay.
Second, nature.
Is that like left from where you were? I mean, it says like sprungs from, comes from, or something.
Came from. Born of.
Comes from.
Source.
I'm just wondering if in the context of, it means leaving the summer retreat in this context.
I thought it is about possible problems. No?
I don't think so.
Like
Okay.
I don't think so. Something's missing. Something's missing. Yeah.
the nature
Oh,
is
there was
the
a long
mistakes.
list. I think there was a long list of possible problems. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Yeah, related to clothing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's the third one?
Gatom.
That's not beautiful, is it?
No,
No?
it's a manner of answering someone else's
Careless.
attempt to reconcile with you, I think.
Without careful thought.
Yeah,
Off the
Oscar
collar.
says unstable.
Yeah.
without careful thoughts.
Yeah, someone comes to apologize and try to make friends with you, and you don't answer them. You don't answer them with careful thinking. You just, in English, we say you blow them off.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's two paragraph.
Okay, great. Kasaki. Then manyambala dingwa me pa long chepatan. This gangsak, I don't understand it. Okay, it means person.
Yeah.
And I think it means of a lay person. I think it means of someone who, it's because we already had vows about not using your cover on the monastery's seats. So I think this is referring to you go to somebody's house and you don't use your dingwa, you don't use your seat cover to protect it. Okay. So, and then this is misspelled according to me. So I think it means you go to someone's house, they have a seat, which is a couch on the floor, right? And you use it, long chepa, you use it without putting down your cloth cover first, okay? All right, so I'll take it, I would read it that way, okay? Okay, so.
That means a monk go to a lay person's house and sit on the cushion without covering it with the dingwa.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay.
I will fix it.
And because we already finished all the vows for how to cover the cushions inside the monastery. Okay.
Okay. Fifth.
Yeah. Tima Chen means here stinky. Okay. It's the opposite of Vimala. It's Samala. Okay. So what does that mean?
Yeah,
It has a bad smell.
yeah. Dirty,
No
dirty,
stain?
dirty dingwa.
You go to the lay person's house. You do put your dingwa down, but it smells like fish or something. Okay. You use a dirty dingwa. So in the last vow, you didn't use a dingwa when you went to the sponsor's house, for example. In this vow, your dingwa is filthy and you use it on the sponsor's couch, okay? And still you make it dirty, okay? Tima Chen means stinky or dirty, okay?
You mean on the sponsors or on the lay person's house?
Same thing. The person who invited you to their home for lunch, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
We call shapten. Shapten means you went to the sponsor's house to do reciting and get a meal, and you sat on their cushion, but you got it dirty because your own dingwa was dirty. Okay.
Okay. I see. Thank you so much. I'll fix it. Okay. And thank you a word for help. Thank you.
Okay, yay, word. All right, here we go. Okay, we're gonna go to share screen. I told Veronica this is when I get postpartum. I start to feel depressed that I'm finished with the mixed nerves.
After one class, two.
We go.
Okay. This is a very beautiful one. Please read. And there's this guy named Chen from Shenzhen. Can you check her?
Okay.
All right.
Có sẽ là chiếc phu đáp mà chấm yên trả khí sẽ thăng mà mei ning poi ra wei zam yen cha ki ko nyom pa ma go pa tang.
Good. Okay. This gupa means someone made a donation to the monastery and you're in charge of dividing it. So gupa means dividing it and sharing it with everybody. Gudze means, I don't know, it could be butter, it could be flour, it could be cloth, okay? And if you're in charge of dividing it among all the monks, but you alone take a little more food. How much more food? The amount that you could put on a leaf, a tree leaf, okay? Like 1/4 of one bite, okay?
Actually, it's not a petal, not a leaf.
Yes, it also means a leaf, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause, you know, they serve on these big banana leaves in India, and you can.
Oh, yeah, no, that's different, yeah. Anyway, a 1 centimeter leaf. And you take that much extra for yourself, you broke this vow. Okay. Also, if the gift was cloth for the annual robes offering ceremony, and if you take enough to make the wick for a butter lamp, okay, extra for yourself, then nyombar magupa means you didn't divide it equally. Okay, so either say food or clothing, you didn't divide it equally. You broke this advice. Okay, cool. That's a beautiful vow, right? That's why we share the mixed nuts royalties. Yay! Okay. Who's your next checker is Hassel. Hassel, your microphone's off.
Hassel's translating.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's pick some other victim. Who do I got here? Venerable Gyase?
Yes.
Thank you. Gendun chila pu wei da ra tu se chut re tu se chup sa pa sawa na ngang na rik real po ma zeng patang.
Oh, you're right. Song padang.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a special line, Xiaoping.
Yeah.
Because there's 15 syllables and half of them are wrong.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't know how much suffering it is for me to try to read something like this. Okay. It takes many, many hours. Okay, Genden Chila, something was offered to all the monks together. And it was Tare. We had Re in words text.
Cloth.
Cloth, yeah, the tie-dye cloth, right? So someone gives a bolt of cloth to the whole monastery. It's your job to dupe it.
Distribute?
This means to cut into pieces, okay? So it's your job to cut it into pieces, okay? But there's a section of the cloth which is chusawa.
Eaten up?
Eaten? Yeah, chewed.
Like a moth ate it, or chusawa means spoiled. In some way, the cloth is spoiled, okay? Nangna means if you see this spoiled spot, you're supposed to give the monk extra to switch out for the spoiled spot. If there's a 1/2 meter of his piece of cloth, which is not nice, you're supposed to give him an extra 1/2 meter. That's all. Okay. Equal. Real poor means equal to the part that was spoiled. Okay. All right. Okay, number 8. And is that Venerable Utpala wants to check you, I think.
Yay.
Yay. Nia pa, no pa, ke,
R.
ner pa, ke lang ne ma, ngong pa, chin pa, sap dog way.
This is
Wait.
good face, sorry.
Good pay.
Ger pe sem ma, sap pa tang.
Nice.
This is a very nice vow, okay? And most of the vows have some application in our day-to-day life, even if we're not a monk or a nun. And it says Nyepa means some material gift here, okay? Nyepa, this in Vinaya, Nyepa means somebody wants to offer you food, or somebody wants to offer you some cloth, or something which is okay for the monk or the nun to have, okay? And you promise them you will accept the gift. They send somebody and they ask you, the sponsor would like to give you a piece of cloth for your new robes. And do you agree? And you say, yes, I'll take it. Kelang means yes, I will take it. And then mana, you don't take it. You refuse it. Okay. You upset the person giving the gift. And then Jimba Sup means you should express your gratitude to the sponsor, okay? You should thank them. But at the time when you're supposed to thank them, you don't thank them, okay? So this is a very interesting vow that monks and nuns are not supposed to hurt other people's feelings. If someone offers you something, and this is true of all of Buddhism, if someone offers you something sincerely, then you should accept it and you should thank them gratefully. And you should accept it gracefully, okay? And never refuse a reasonable gift. My teacher, when he was very, very poor, when we were very, very poor, somebody offered him their house and he refused it. And then I asked him, well, what about this vow? And he said she was too enthusiastic that day and she will regret it tomorrow. So he refused the house, and that's okay. If you think the gift might hurt the sponsor, then it's okay to refuse it. But if the sponsor is sincere, and if the sponsor has enough money or whatever, and they want to offer something to the Sangha or to ALL, then actually as a Buddhist, you have a responsibility to accept it gracefully and thank them, okay? So it's a very interesting vow. Okay, it helps keep harmony with the sponsors. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking about culture mining. So there's also other side of this vow, right? On this advice, on one side, we should take care of harmony and take care of the sponsors' feeding. But on the other side is we should also check our motivation, check our mind, and not to use this kind of principle, right? If we will get greedy, or if we will get by accepting this, maybe it's okay, we don't accept that gift, right?
Yeah, I think with every school of philosophy, this has caused trouble of squeezing the sponsors, forcing the sponsors. And if you're a sponsor in our organization and someone tries to force you or puts pressure on you, Grandpa tells you today, you should say no. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's correct. Okay. Sure. All right. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try to get you to give a donation. Okay. to the mixed nut. Now I will try, but you never feel forced by anybody in this organization. Okay. All right. Next one shall be Venerable Gal say this is a short one.
Macho wa shanki kia wa len patang.
Nice.
Yeah. What countdown, you guys?
Fortunate ones.
Yeah, who has enough share of good karma.
Good karma.
And this kawa is the same. It means you go to the temple in the monastery, and they say we're going to hand out a pair of shoes to each monk for free, and you say, Stanley couldn't come today. Give me 2 pairs. Okay. But you didn't ask permission to do that from Stanley. Okay. So if you didn't get permission from another monk or nun to take your share when something is handed out, you broke this advice. You need their specific permission to take their share. Otherwise, you get big problems. You forget to give them their share, and then okay. All right. So chulwa means they agreed that if there's ever a day that I cannot come to the temple, Xiaoping, you can take my share and bring it to my house. Okay. Like that. You can see what a big problem this could be. Okay. Here's a very wise vow. Rosa, are you in the mood, or I don't know, your puppy can check. I don't know. Are you there? Maybe she's.
I'm here.
Okay. Just criticize every third word. It doesn't have to be correct or incorrect.
Okay. Rab chung shi wei yok cha yok che go wa na de tang da zeng tung xin ne ma chung wa da de chung
Yung.
Okay. Yung wa da de yok ze de la tia we ma chin patang.
Good, nice. Rabchung means any ordained person. It could be male or female. Okay. What's a shiwa?
Dies.
Who dies? Okay. If somebody in the monastery dies, okay. Yoche means all their possessions, all the stuff from their room. Goa means to split it up with the other monks and nuns. Okay. So you're supposed to, if a monk or nun dies, they don't have family, right? So then we're supposed to go in their room, take all their stuff, and share it equally with all the other monks and nuns. Okay, go on now. Now, but you're only allowed to share it with the monks and nuns who are of the same views and of the same sex. So it means if a female nun dies, then you can only share her things with the other nuns. And also, that group should be a group which all holds the same teachings. They all share the same viewpoints. Okay, they've all been studying the same religion together. Okay, so if there's someone in the monastery visiting or who doesn't agree with the philosophical viewpoints of your monastery, you should not share with them the things of the dead monk or nun. Okay, all right. Otherwise, it causes problems. Okay. Also, so it must be same sex and same viewpoints. Okay. Also, if you should never share those possessions with someone who was Yungwa from the monastery.
Thrown out?
Yeah, who's been thrown out of the monastery. So if there's a monk or nun who broke the rules and refused to do proper confession and they got kicked out of the monastery or the nunnery, and then somebody dies, you don't call up the person who got kicked out and say, come back, you can get a share, okay? Not allowed, okay? You'd say, if you don't share kelwa, equal quantity with each person in the monastery, if they are the same sex, the same viewpoints, and they haven't been kicked out of the monastery or the nunnery, then you broke the advice, okay? You have to share equally with everybody, okay? Cool?
But nowadays, monks and nuns, they have their families, and can they, when they pass away, can they share their possessions with their family, leave it to their family?
I don't think so. I think when you become a monk or nun, you leave your family. That's called raptachua, okay? You join a new family, okay? And nowadays, all the rules are very, very, very nobody's following the rules very well, okay? All right, number 11, please read and...
Geshe-la,
Yeah.
I just have a quick question, excuse me.
Okay.
These are advices. It seems like they're held in high esteem, but I'm curious, the other vows had a pretty clear rule if you broke them, you know?
Yeah.
I know the monastery has a lot of conventions. This seems like this is like a lot of like the conventions of the monastery or nunnery. So
yeah, I think you could say that. Yeah.
So what happens if you break one of these? Is there a clear you know?
He's gonna say later that if you're very interested in the rules with these, you can study. Each one has its own lengshi, a previous event that happened. Each one has its own clarifications. Each one has its own degrees of breaking lesser, medium, more seriously. So those details are treated in the Vinaya. Whether these are treated, what's the punishment for breaking one of these? I would say it's pretty much peer pressure. Okay, in my experience in the monastery, yeah. Okay, people will say you're not cool, you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, good question. Okay, Uncle Tim, number 12, Xiaoping.
Okay, Sutrim Kang Deng Yang Ge Chok La Ma Zong Pe De Se La Long Che Patang.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Geshe-la, did we skip one? Number 11?
Didn't we? You're right. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So I'll give you extra punishment, Xiaoping. You have to read 11. And I'm going to punish Utpala has to check you.
De Tang Da Zeni Tung Patang Dong Pa Nian Patang Nian Patang Gop Sa De Me Pala Kya Pa Chin Patang. Yeah.
So you break advice number 11. If you do give a share, Kalwajimba, right? If you do give a share to someone of a different sex or different viewpoints, okay? Or if you do give a share to someone who has broken their vows, or if you do set aside a share for someone who's out of town. Okay, like if they're on vacation or for some reason they're not at the monastery, they forfeit their right to the share. Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, otherwise someone's you can't believe in a monastery with 3,000 people, you can't go put their name on this bag of rice and keep it for 6 months until they come back from retreat, and it's too much. So you have to be there, okay? And you get a share. All right. That's another reason not to go to the movies in the nearby village. Okay. All right. Now, who was doing this 12? I forgot.
I read it already.
Oh, you read it. Okay.
We're at time, so you know.
Okay. And by the way, if Nick, if Adam still has a problem with any technical problem, I propose that Ben can be Adam and we'll go through his text anyway. Okay.
I'll check in with him right now.
Okay. Now, this is a very important Vinaya idea. It's called ttps. Say shopping, say ttps.
ttps.
ttps means food which has been offered to the monastery or the nunnery, okay? Food which has already been offered for the use of the monks or nuns, okay? And they say that if the monk or nun, if their morality is not clean, okay, and they eat that food, it will make them sick. Okay, so that food which has been offered in the name of the Buddha or something, if you have broken your vows seriously, or you don't have faith in the teachings and you eat it, and I've seen it, and it's very amazing. So and we're not allowed to offer that food without permission to other people who are not in the monastery. Okay, it becomes like poison. Okay, it's so powerful that only people who are good monks or nuns can eat it. It becomes super powerful. Okay, so this one says, even if the person keeps their morality pretty well, okay, so they keep their morality pretty well, but they are not really participating in the monastery. They're not really participating, with enthusiasm in the monastery, okay? Ge chogla matsun. They are not really putting their heart into the practice. They don't want to be there, basically. Then if they eat that food, long chepa, it will make them sick, okay? It's called faith food, they say, okay? So it's a very interesting idea, right?
Is it because
that food becomes very powerful and you have to be careful who eats it. See? So, okay. All right. Good job, shopping. I think you're going to finish pretty soon.
Is it September?
Let me see something. Stop here. 16. Okay. Let me see how much you got to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, these are some footnotes, don't worry. 5, 6. Yeah, I would say September maybe. Yeah. Okay, but your book is very, very important for a lot of people. There hasn't been a good book like this.
Thank you so much, Geshe.
Thank you for working on it. All right. Everybody take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, we know we can do 7 minutes.
Okay.
But actually,